Happy Friday. What's going on? Hey, hey, hey. I'm trying to get adjusted here. No, we don't want to do that. This is Lifestyles with Eric. Please share the video out. Um, if you're not a subscriber of Lifestyles with Eric, please subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. We're family here. You're not just a subscriber, you're definitely family. Let me get this out your way. Trying to get everything adjusted. I'm not feeling all the way comfortable. I do apologize. Who's out there tonight? We've got our guests coming in. Let's see who we got here.
What's up? What's up?
All right, all right. We got Mr. G in the house. Hey, hey, what's going on, Hope? What's happening? This is Lifestyles. Miss Mary Williams, welcome to Lifestyles. We're gonna have another guest come in, Miss Tiara. Waiting on her to come in. I think she's coming in.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. George, loud and clear, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm going out here outside so we can hear me.
How's your evening?
Oh, okay. Okay, pretty good, pretty good.
Okay. Tell everybody in your camp I said hello. Hello.
But said, hey. Okay, everybody, she said hi.
All right. All right.
Do what?
Hi.
Oh, no, I was talking to somebody else. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hold on.
Miss Paula, what's going on? Miss Diane, Miss Mary, welcome to Lifestyle. Coming in.
What's going on over there, man?
It's
Can you hear me?
It's Friday night, and hey, it's just time to chill. What's going on? Welcome to Lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in, Abandoned. Thanks for coming in, Debbie. Jamonica Jones, thanks for coming in. Sahela, good evening. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Happy Friday. You know, I always like to say that.
Our last game.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Local Friday.
I'm outside.
Yeah, we got 13 in the chat already. We're doing real good. All right. We're doing real good.
There's somebody coming in.
Yeah, we got 13 in the chat, 15 in the chat already.
All right.
We got 15 in the chat tonight.
I'm outside if you can see me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. George. The voice,
Okay.
We got the voice in the house tonight. We got the voice in the house tonight.
I'm gonna go over here and try to sit out here and chill a little bit.
Miss Patricia Coleman, Miss Sahela Mays, thanks for coming in to Lifestyles tonight. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you thumbs up that video. That's very important. Thumbs up the video. Make sure you share the video out. That's very important. We got our next guest coming in. All right. We got Miss Tiara in the house tonight. Hey, Miss T, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Hey.
We appreciate you coming in and giving us your point of view and perspective on the topic tonight. You know, we know that you've got your own personal experiences with just being single. So, you know, we figured, you know, we'd let you come on in and give us some of your experiences and maybe some of your questions to why single men or men in general do what they do or why they're doing what they're doing, why you're being single, and you know, maybe you can get some kind of recognition. I mean, some kind of answer to all of that. So
Okay.
Hey, for y'all get started, I'm out here on the sexy ambiance out here. Got the little fire pit going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, your background look better than mine, George.
I'm outside. I'm at another place in the world right now, just chilling. So I thought I'd come outside and do some of this wonderful, wealthy folks in enjoyment of outside entertainment.
All right, I ain't mad at you.
All right.
Like I'm in Colorado or something.
You might be in Colorado on location right now.
Yeah, I'm someplace in the world. I don't know. I ain't gonna say where I'm at, but I'm someplace in the world.
There you go. Mild mannered. You never know where you might be. Miss Aileen Patterson, thanks for coming in today. Did you have a Aileen? Did you have a birthday? I'm not sure. Did you have a birthday, Aileen? Miss Terry, welcome to Lifestyle. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. We got 14 in the chat. That's good. We're doing good. Please make sure you share the video. Share the video out, everybody. That's very important. Sharing the video out, thumbs up in the video is very important. Diana Prince, I don't mind being single. I'm not responsible for anybody but myself. All right, LOL. Okay,
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
right.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. All right.
Something
Okay.
get broke at your house, you know who did it. Only three people could break something at your house when you're single. That's you, yourself, and I. And
That's
yourself is I.
that's right. Miss Eileen, I apologize. I don't know why I thought you had a birthday. I do apologize. Well, that just means I did not miss it. So we'll come back at you on December when your birthday is. Miss Donna
What?
Lindsay, thanks for coming in today. Thanks for coming in. This is Lifestyles with Eric. We've got the voice of reasoning, or reckoning, Mr. G. We've got Miss T in the house, one of the family members of the Lifestyles family. She's a Lifestyles lady, and she wanted to come on tonight. So I begged her to come on, and she graced us with her presence, and I completely appreciate it. We've got a woman in the house, and we finally can get another woman's perspective on some stuff for a change. I mean, two men talking and arguing and debating sometimes gets boring, and we want to get a woman's point of view on certain things.
I have one question I want to lay at you real quick though. Why is it that when you speak to black women, I'm being in general, I'm generalizing, in
Ooh, not
black
the black
women
women.
nowadays, yeah, you wave and you say hi, and sisters want to look at you like you they can't stand you, or like they turn in their eyes, they can't wave. I had that happen to me 2 days in a row. I didn't say anything to the day I was letting this lady walk in front of. She was walking in front of my car, and I stopped. So because she wasn't paying attention at all. So I stopped, and she looks up, and I wave, and I smile, and she rolls her eyes and keeps on going. She didn't even wave back. She didn't say thank you. I'm like, you know what? That's 2 days in a row that I've spoken to black women, and I'm getting this attitude. So, from a woman's perspective, what is up with that?
Is that question geared towards me?
Yes, ma'am. What's up with that? Well, I mean, brothers, we damned if we do, if we damned if we say hi, it's like we're trying to hit on you. All we do is saying hi. I ain't ask you for your phone number. I didn't store no card. I'm just speaking. So it's like, and if you don't say hi, you know, I don't know. It's like, what's up? What's the deal? I don't. I just can you fill some brothers in on what's going on?
Well, I can't speak for all women. But I can say there's a big difference in all of us. And unfortunately, George, it just sounds like some of the women that you say hi to, I mean, they on the tips of being not real friendly or not nice. Or they might be sedity. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Okay.
But
What if I was gonna say, what if they lesbian?
but that
not
doesn't.
less. That don't mean nothing. I done met plenty of friendly, lesbian women, and not that they hit on me or anything like that, but they don't even be like, that's not, I don't think that's true.
Well, okay, I've met lesbian women say I can't stand men before because I was in a bad relationship and I don't want nothing to do with no men. Yeah.
Well, I just know that in my experiences, is every single day when I'm speaking to women. Yeah, there's a large percentage now that I'm tired of making excuses. That's my thing. I'm tired of saying uh, somebody's been hurt, or what. I don't know what you've been through. If I'm just saying hello, I could. This could be anywhere. Hell, it could be in my job. I could be going through something too, but I'm not going to ignore you, or nor am I going to be rude because I just was raised not to be that way. I
Right.
think sometimes we just excuse too much, and just because somebody's the opposite sex doesn't mean we always have to excuse something. I think rude is rude, and whatever you're going through, you just have to understand. Men, 10 men to 15, 20 men, let's just say 10 men a day are going to say something to you. Uh, you got 9 men that say something to you. Then when the 10th man speaks to you like me, then you're rude, and you're I mean, for no reason. I mean, hey, I'm just saying hello. It's annoying. Men aren't we're not rude to women, but sometimes men don't know the right things to say to women. I'll say that. But if a woman speaks to a man, we're not going to look at you like you're crazy. It just doesn't happen that way. I mean, it is what it is. We just excuse y'all for what y'all do. It is what it is. For certain things that y'all do, we excuse, and I guess it just is what it is. I don't know. I don't know.
Now, remember I was talking to you earlier, and I was saying, it seemed to me like if I go to a different city, and maybe you can give a perspective about this from a woman's point. If I go to Chicago, women are different than they are in Indianapolis, Chicago, Gary, and women are different in, let's say, like
I agree.
lifestyles you were saying, like in California. If I go to Chicago, women their more attitude is like, if I see you, I like you, I'm gonna come and talk to you. They're like, if you see a lady, you don't say hi. You don't. Chicago women, they get on you, on you, for not being like, hey, have you forgotten that I'm a sister and you supposed to see when you see a sister, say something, say hi. And I've had that happen to me personally, once or twice in Chicago. But here, I feel like, a lot of women like, oh, turn their nose up, and I like, if you ain't driving a Lamborghini, they ain't got nothing to say for you, but they're not from California or New York or nothing like that. So I don't understand where the value system comes in for a lot of women to treat. I ain't gonna say every woman, because every woman has different morals and perspective. Let's say that. But
Hmm.
I see a lot of women in Indianapolis that they have a lot of I don't do lists. Let's put it like that. I don't cook. I don't clean.
No, I
You
don't
know,
cook.
yeah. And that's, to me, that's the easiest way to lose your man if you can't cook.
I've heard that before.
So,
Hmm.
but yeah, and all that, and all that's true. Sometimes it varies from state to state. How people act.
I
I,
say the same thing like with men.
yeah.
I just feel like sometimes um I say southern men, they have a little bit more hospitality when it comes to, how to treat a woman versus, I'm from the Midwest, so it's definitely a difference in how they was raised, I would say. I can't really speak for the women,
Right. Right.
but yeah, I would agree there.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna cut it there, and we're gonna go to. Is it a bitch being single? Is it a bitch being single nowadays, or what? That you know, what,
Uh-oh.
what, what's your perspective on being a single lady in the new millennial in these days, Tierra?
For me, I think, sometimes it has its pros and cons. It's definitely different now dating versus when I was on the dating scene 10 years ago. I can say that. Um but yes, it's slim picking.
Do you think?
Um
What,
I
what,
don't even think people want to date anymore.
what do you
Yeah.
mean by that?
Yeah.
I think that dating has lost its, what is dating?
Luster.
It's, yeah, like nobody wants to date. People either want to have a situationship or they just want to go straight into let's be together. Like nobody wants to take time to get to know each other or anything like that.
Yeah, that I've experienced that a lot in my past with, like I said, just meeting ladies that the first thing, well, I must say it has a lot to do with age groups. I'll say that in my own personal experiences, dating younger women, they're not so eager to be married. That's not their end goal. Meeting a woman in my own age group, if they've never been married before, that's the end goal. Most of the women that I was meeting a few years ago, they were saying that first thing they would say was that they were no, that they were celibate and they were looking for a husband. Now, that's not, again, I say that a lot, but being celibate's not going to get you a husband. And whoever told a woman that, I think that's a lie. I mean, and I mean, I have a friend that's a pastor, and he tells me all sorts of things, and that right there is just not. I just that's not going to get your husband anyway. That's a whole nother. It's kind of another subject, but
Okay.
you just like you said, rushing to be either married or in a situationship, or nobody wants to go through. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You can't, just because you're a certain age, you can't say, well, damn, I am getting older. I got to hurry up and find somebody to help take care of me, and so I need to be like looking for a wife or a husband like ASAP. But you still gotta. People don't want to go through memories and getting to know. You gotta go through that. You can't meet somebody in 3 weeks getting on your knees and proposing. I mean, you only have just a moment of what you've gotten to know it from that person. What do you know? You don't. You only, most of the time, I think it's people are more in lust, and they it's a lust thing. It's the sex is good, the company may be good, but you still have to take your time. You still can't just um jump into something. See, I did that a long time ago, getting married, and it's because we wanted to do things the right way for what we thought was the right way. And it once I got married, I didn't feel, I mean, of course I didn't know how to be married, but we did go through premarital classes and stuff like that. And I talked to some people that had been married for a long time, and they told me I'd get the jitters and, this and that. And once I got married, I just didn't want to be married. So it just wasn't, because I rushed into it. I think if we would have dated longer, then maybe we would end up staying together. But we wanted to rush into being married so that we could live together and all that. Now that I'm older and 50, and it's like, I'd rather have somebody that we could live together and work into something, if and still be getting to know one another, but at least see if we could live together, coexist together. Now, if marriage comes up in a year or two or a couple years, that's fine. I don't want to live with somebody forever. I mean, I feel that they're worthy to be married to. That me myself. But I just want to try that before I do it the way I did it the last time, and that's get married, then move in and all that, and then it didn't work, and then you married. That's a big deal. Now I respect marriage more. That's why I haven't been married but one time, and I'm gonna really take my time with that. I don't care how old I get. I've seen 90-year-old couples get married, so that has nothing to do with it. I'm done. I'll see what you think.
I want to go back to that celibate thing. To me, when I'm thinking about the celibacy, when a woman says, this is just me, I'm just buck wild crazy. I'm gonna keep it 100% adult tonight.
Hey Santana. Hey Debbie.
When somebody says, I'm celibate, I haven't had sex in 2 years or something like that, to me, I'm like, what are you trying to do? A vagina revitalization or something like that to make somebody think that you've been good and you don't have a past, and all of a sudden now you're trying to say, oh, well, I'm keeping my thing pure and clean now for when I find the right man. Okay, I get it, but you're not a virgin. Being celibate's not gonna make you a virgin again. I know women have their needs, but don't sit back and tell somebody that I'm celibate, I'm looking for the right man. Just saying, I'd rather hear you say this, I'm just not interested in you right now, or I'm not interested in doing it at all. But being celibate, that's like taking a vow of silence to me. That's something that should be on a higher level. Like if you're, to me, that's just me. But I think sometimes you'll hear that word. I'm being celibate. I'm good. I don't have any desires. I've been celibate for like 3 months, 6 months, or a year. Like, come on, man.
No, I've heard 8 years, 7 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Can I
And I
can
think
I
that's,
interject?
I think, but I'm just saying, what's the one? I think sometimes when women say
To me,
that, to
you're
me,
killing yourself. To me, you're
you know
killing
what? I
yourself.
don't think. I think they're
I just
saying it.
think
I think they're saying it like it's a turn on for a man to be like, oh, she ain't had none in 6 months, 2 years, 3 years. I know that thing's gonna be right when I go get up in there. She ain't had none in a long time. No, you don't think so?
Well, I just want to touch bases on that a little bit. Just from
Okay.
myself and my past experiences with being celibate, um, I think for some women, my mind frame of thinking like, okay, I'm gonna be celibate for such and such time, is
Hmm.
kind of to try to weed out those men that only want sex.
Okay.
Um, and that's just my line of thinking, like, because like I said, people really don't dudes don't really want to date anymore. They want to, Netflix and chill, or you know what I'm saying.
Netflix and
They
chill.
they
Really?
they ready to come over and just lay
But
up
that's a two
and
way. That's a two-way street now.
I mean, whatever we grown, so whatever you agree to, that's between you and that person. But I'm just saying, for personal experiences, wanting different results. Sometimes not sleeping with somebody might get you different results. You know, so I think that was my mind frame of, being celibate. It wasn't necessarily, ooh, it's gonna be a enticing experience if I say this. Like that wasn't my mind of, way of thinking. But I'm just here for the comments.
Okay.
Ah, enticing. I think to me, I think it's like, from a guy's perspective, I think some women say it to see, yeah, maybe you're trying to see, okay, what the guy's reaction is, but I think it's like a way to make a man feel like ain't nobody been with her for a while, so she should be. I'm gonna tear that thing up when I get up in there.
Right.
You know,
Not too.
George, hold on, George. Annette, we're so sorry that you lost your we're so sorry that you lost your uncle. We're definitely send prayers out to him.
yeah, my
So,
condolences.
definitely send our condolences out. We're all family here, and we're definitely so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
So sorry, so sorry. Okay, what were you saying,
Yes.
George?
Um, I just think sometimes I think this it's a reactionary thing, like to see what somebody's gonna do or think, or you gonna really wait, or okay, I get it. If you really want to be with somebody, you'll wait for the right time. I get that, but I think sometimes some ladies have used the word celibate as a turn on attraction type thing to say, hey, I ain't been with nobody. Um, when the time is right, I'll let you get what you want to get.
Well, it
I'm
never
I'm gonna
turned me on.
try it, George. I'm gonna
It
try
never
it and see.
it never turned me on. That's never been a
Me
turn
either.
for me. I never looked at it like that.
Because I always look at it as like, why are you telling me this? I don't need to know that. But
Yeah, I
today,
don't need to know
look,
that because I'm just trying to
yeah,
get to know you. And if
yeah,
that's the first thing you tell me, and I'm not even coming, and I know that I know how to hold a conversation, which I'm not going to talk about sex. So
mhm,
why are you bringing that up as soon as I meet you? That's not fair.
yeah. Is it?
Yeah,
Do you think
it's a
do you,
turn
do,
off
you-
for
do
me
you-
too.
It's a big turn off.
it's like if a guy said, "Okay, I'm celibate. I'm saving myself for the right woman." I think a woman would be like, "Okay, that's nice, but dude,
Thanks for telling me, sir.
yeah." Do you think that would be polite for a guy to say that? I'm waiting on the right woman. Would you think something's wrong with him, or how would you react if a guy said, I'm celibate?
I've actually met guys that have said that, and that's his you know that's his preference. So I can't necessarily knock him for saying that. Um, but yes, I've met guys that said that.
Okay, because let's think about the what you were talking about originally. The dynamics of relationships have changed over the last 10, 15 years. Nobody, like I said, nobody wants to date hardly anymore. It's straight to the point. Like, hey, let's go grab some weed. Let's go grab some wine. Like you say, we got Netflix. We may get through this movie, but really, I've
I don't want
known
to watch
ladies.
it. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I've been over ladies' house and they'd be like, "You want to watch TV? Yeah, let's watch TV. You want to watch some porn? I'm like, what? You want to watch some porn? I'm like, what? I've literally had that happen. I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
so I know where this is going. Like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
She
Wanna
getting
watch-
it popping early.
Yeah, she just came. I done had a few like that. Like, you know what? I'm not interested in this. I want to watch something else. You like porn? I'm like, yeah, I like porn. Shoot, but seem like the dynamics have changed with the younger groups nowadays. It's pretty much you'll meet some lady out at the gas station or someplace, and next thing you know, you may or may not take them out to eat. But after that, it's like within a week, maybe less than that, 2 or 3 days, you over there knocking boots. If y'all young people on here don't know what knocking boots is, well, you might want to go back and listen to that old school music. That's all I got to say about that.
I think everybody knows what knocking boots is.
Yeah, it might be some people like, what you mean by knocking boots? They might be a little bit younger crowd in here every now and then. But today, you don't have to put in the effort in a relationship like you did. It's not even a relationship. It's like, I heard
A
a lady.
courtship.
Yeah, I heard a lady said that a lot of times women are giving up intimacy too fast, and men have no need to be romantic or the old school terminology chivalry anymore, because now women have flipped the script. They're making money, they're doing their own thing, and there's no need for a man to be like, well, baby, I can take care of you. Woman's like, I can take care of myself. I got a job. I may be have my own career, own my own business.
Yeah,
So the dynamics have changed.
but that's I kind of been, but I mean, I'm not trying to go somewhere else, but I've been kind of talking about that a little bit. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean anything. You'll never catch a man saying, I don't need no woman
right. Hmm.
because I got a 3 degrees and a work here, or I work there, and I got 13 cars. We're always going to need a woman. So see, here's the thing, and I'll
But
say
it's
this,
the opposite on
and
the
I
other
think
side with women, a lot of women sometimes.
here's the thing, and I think this is going to make us. I think we can all agree on this.
Okay.
We both lost our place. Men have lost their place in the home. Women have lost their place in the home. That's the reason why women are now being more masculine and thinking that they have to play the masculine role. It's nothing wrong with a woman being independent. You're supposed to be independent until you find that man finds you, you find each other, and then you're supposed to be submissive.
How's it going, buddy?
But he has to be doing what he's supposed to be doing as a man so that you are submissive. You're submissive. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Nobody has any issues. Women need to stop saying they don't need any man. Yes, the fuck you do, okay? I'm here to say you need a man. And I'll never say, I don't need no woman because I got everything I need. No, I'll never say that. I'll never ever say
Look,
that. I don't care how
those
many degrees and how much money I make. It's not nothing if you ain't got a nice, soft, warm woman next to you. At least that's my opinion.
if you hear a man say that, this is his best friend at nighttime. If you hear a man say,
Oh,
"I don't need a
oh,
woman,"
oh.
this right here,
No,
that's his answer.
I agree with you too, Eric. I feel like men and women have lost, you know, their place as to, just in general. Um, I can say about the masculinity thing. Um, that's something, if I'm being fair, that's something that I have struggled with just because, when you be single for so long and then you do meet a guy that is willing to kind of bring that femininity out in you, it can be difficult. It can be hard.
Hmm.
So I do agree with that.
So I'm gonna go. I got to go in here and plug up me a power source real quick. I'm gonna go inside. This kind of chilly out here.
But yeah, I mean, everybody just needs to get their place back. We just all need to get our place back. And once we get our place back, I think that we'll get along better. But everybody just needs to get their place back. Everybody's so afraid to admit that's really the issue. That's the issue. And women are so afraid to admit that because they've had to be strong for too long. Women didn't have to be so strong in the 60s and the 70s. Well, let's say 60s, 50s, and 60s. They didn't have to be so strong because the man was the head of the household. The man was in the house. The man did exactly what he was supposed to do. I can't say that he didn't cheat or something like that. But what I'm saying is he took care of home.
You did.
Always took care of home in the 50s and 60s. Now in the 70s, we know welfare came about and they took the man out the home so that the woman could get a paycheck, a check, and then they took the man out the home in certain instances. But the black man, let's say the African American man, because I'm African American, the African American man used to be at home and used to take care of home. And the woman was submissive and the woman did do what she was supposed to do and wasn't masculine and tried to run the house. She ran the house as far as a house, what a woman's supposed to run the house, but still allowed the man to be the man. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. Those days were our grandparents and still some of our parents are gone, where there was a certain order to things in the home. Grandma had a certain thing order the way she did things, and grandpa took care of the house, and you had aunties and uncles that all came by, and everybody. The home was a sanctuary, and there was an order and respect to how the relationships was ran. Now you did have infidelity in relationships back then, but nowadays it's just I don't know. It's like Dodge City now. Everything's just out in the open. You got all this different LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F stuff going on. People wanting kids to identify at a certain age. It's just a lot of chaos and disorder. So when you're looking, do people really, really understand what they want in a relationship? Number one, that should be,
That's number one. Yep.
yeah, that should be number one. What are you looking for in a partner? Quit making an excuse about, well, I was with a man, I was in a bad relationship, and now I want to go off and be with a woman. But then you want to go off and be with a woman that dresses like a man. That's the one that confuses me all the time. Why would you date a woman that dresses like a man and looks like a man, but you don't want a man? And then that woman who dresses like a man and looks like a man, she wants to go back and be with a man from time to time. She don't want to be with a woman all the time.
George, that's just the bottom line, and this is my opinion, but back in the the 70s, this was the case. So anyway, that's a mental issue. It's not saying that somebody's crazy. It's just something went on. Something's going on. You need to talk to somebody. If you've been normal all the time, and then all of a sudden it's that easy for you to go this way, that's a mental issue. And then if you say you don't like this, but then you with that, but that looks like this, that's mental. You have to understand things are mental. It's not always necessarily a desire to do something. It's a mental issue. Not saying anybody's crazy. It just means that you need to talk to somebody and you need to figure out what snapped on me. What happened? Was it something I was just in a relationship that made me do? Was it something happened to me in my childhood? They're different. I'm good in psychology. At least I was in high school. That was my thing. But that's really the issue. That's the issue, right? It's a mental issue. That's why we're normal. That's why we can't. And hey, I still believe in the word normal. I'm sorry, I do. We're still wondering why somebody would do that if they say they don't like that. And I'm saying that without saying the word. I don't have to say the words. You know what I mean. So yeah, I mean, because that's a mental issue. It's just mental. You sit down and talk to somebody that's not going to judge you, that's going to listen to you. And then maybe you can get it worked out. Yes, Sheila, you're right. Feminism wasn't for Black women either. Black women didn't need feminism. White men never respected white women or any woman, period. So they needed that for white men. Black women never needed to be never needed to be in the feminist movement, because black men respected black women, back in those days. It's white men that never respected their white women ever, and they don't never want them to be in any control of anything. Period.
I was just gonna say women, period.
Yeah. So that's black women shouldn't have necessarily got into the feminist movement, I don't think, because that's what turned them a little more masculine. And we didn't need that. We're two different races. They're what they are. They do what they do, and we do what we do. We were fine until we were introduced to a lot of things that we didn't even have nothing to do with.
I just want to touch bases back on being submissive. Because I feel like a lot of black men think that black women can't be submissive. And I think you hit it on the nose, E. Like for me and my past experiences, and I'm just speaking off mine, um, a woman can tell when they're not comfortable with submitting to her partner. And with saying that, I just feel like, personally, you being submissive to the right man is easy. Um, that's just my personal take on being
That's
submissive.
true. I agree with that 100% because if you're submissive to the right person, and that goes both ways. A man could be submissive to his woman, and like, I love my wife; she's my partner, not also my wife or my girlfriend, or but I love her, so I'm submissive to her needs. If she needs a back massage, if she needs a foot massage, if she just needs me to talk to her, I will stop what I'm doing and make time, submit to her to give her her time, what she needs. So submission isn't just a thing for females; it's to be a thing for a man and a woman both. To be understand your partner's needs. When they need you, they need you. So you submit to them to care for them, not just sexually, but mentally and
Yeah, I'm
physically.
and I'm big. I'm big on that emotional support, physical support. Like it all plays a factor in a relationship. Period. Mental support. I just feel like I'm just going back to like the dynamics of dating. Period has took a turn, and it's crazy out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. You have to almost keep a score chart, a scoreboard, or a chart just to figure out what's going on and what direction it's going in. It's just everything's just super wild out here right now. Super wild. I mean, you don't have to anything that you want to do. If you're a freak, there's a whole just gambit of different things you can get into, different clubs, different online stuff.
No,
It's
the new
just
thing is
crazy.
poly relationships. Like I done had that
Yeah,
come across me a
that,
couple times, and
yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah. I
okay.
mean, um, that's another subject too. I don't really have a big, I can't say that my opinion on that is I don't have a bad opinion on it, because the first thing is that back in the biblical days, men had more than one wife anyway, and it wasn't bad, and it wasn't wrong. You weren't doing anything wrong. I believe myself, I could deal with two or three women at the same time if we all knew what we were doing and we all lived it. I think I could, but that's just me. I just feel like I could. But some
I
men,
think the key.
some
I
people
think the key.
go by the book and do things by the book. And I don't knock that either.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I don't like sharing, so it would never.
And that's fine.
It's a preference.
Yeah.
I don't
I,
knock anybody that does it, but
yeah. I think everybody has to be on the same plane when it comes to that. You have to care about. I don't. Sometimes I think it may not be just about the sex. I think maybe that's why a lot of people get lost. Maybe each person brings a specific dynamic to the a poly relationship. Where maybe one lady, or let's just say the man. Maybe the man takes care of the house, and the two women go out and work, and he's a stay-at-home dad with the kids, and that might be their dynamics, and it may not just be about intimacy. It may just be that they're all attracted to each other, and they have a way of letting go of those fears and make it work in a three-way relationship. I'm starting to get more and more understanding about it myself. It's probably, if you're just a straight up, one-on-one, you know, like you say, I'm jealous, I don't like to share, then it's probably not going to work out for somebody who if you feel like that. But if somebody with these new generation of way of thinking, they're probably going to be more open to it. But like, okay, you know what? She brings this, he brings that, and we can all be together. And then she brings this, and it kind of works out for them in a weird way that maybe we're just not in touch with. It's like we need our normal one-on-one relationship. But when you think about a relationship, if you're cheating, you're in a poly relationship. Just somebody don't know about it.
Mm, yeah, I see. Are you looking at the comments? Vanderboy, he going crazy.
Ain't he?
I don't have
Yeah.
the comments on my side.
And,
Let's see. Let me see if I
and
can.
I and Sheila, and back to your comment, Sheila, you had said that means that women can have multiple men. Well, that's not what actually that meant back in those days. That's not how it was. And I'm not trying to be sticks unfair. Women didn't have multiple men back in those days. A king, or it wasn't necessarily a king, a man had multiple wives, and everybody was okay with that. Nobody forced them to do that.
And
Just
at it was a different dynamic change though too,
right,
because
but
the
I
man
mean,
was.
no, but just like now, nobody's forcing these women to be in poly relationships. They all get along. They all want to be in a relationship together, although they all have different personalities, and they evidently can mesh them all together. That's their business, and it's okay with me. That's their business. It's not my life.
That
Um,
part.
but
Now, I have seen one where there was two women and one man. I mean, not two men and one woman. I
Well,
have seen that before.
that's unusual.
Yeah,
That's
I've
an
had.
unusual relationship. That's not
Yeah,
normal. That's not even
That's hey, why you just disagree so badly
because that's
about
not
this?
because that's not what they were doing. That's not what they would have done back in the days. It wouldn't have been two guys that had shared one woman. That's not, and then lived together. No,
but see
that's
the dynamics of what you're talking about back in a long time ago. It was about your wealth.
not
When they said,
necessarily. No, the
well,
man.
if
No, but
yeah,
the man did what he was supposed. See, the women did what they were supposed to do at home. The man brought the goats and the food or whatever home, and they cooked it and did it. It's just what I'm saying is, and I'm going back to what I said. We lost our place. Women are supposed to do what they're supposed to do. We're supposed to do what we're supposed to do. Like my pastor said, my pastor friend, my buddy that's a pastor, he said this: Adam is the only man that ever birthed a woman. Listen to this. Meaning, when God would birthed Adam, he took a rib out of Adam and gave him Eve. Eve is for Adam. Adam is for Eve. We're Nobody wants to admit it, but women need men and men need women.
I
Y'all
would.
was made for us. Y'all were made for us. Period. Period.
I
That's
I
just the
I
bottom
kind of I
line.
kind of I
I
kind of
mean,
differ. I don't. I
that,
hate to go down. I hate going down religious
I'm just
paths
saying,
because
you know,
because
it,
from what I'm understanding about religion, Eve wasn't the first
everybody
woman.
has their own view. You got your own view on religion. But I'm just saying,
No,
and in my buddy's view, like he said, Eve was made for Adam. Period. That's the reason why woman was created for man. That's the bottom line. And we were created for woman. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So, which means again, we're supposed take the religion out of it. We're supposed to do what we're supposed to do for women and take care of home and do what we're supposed to do, provide. And a woman's supposed to do what she's supposed to do. And we've lost that. Women are now trying to be men, and men are being feminine and all that other bullshit. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Cut
well,
the religion out.
what
I'm saying
I
that. I mean, that's really that's without religion. Men's supposed to do what they supposed to do, and women's supposed to do what they supposed to do. But we've lost that.
but what I was saying when you go back before, let's see, the 900 AD, uh 12th, 13th, 10th century, it was about economic wealth. Men had so many goats or cattle, or they had a lot of wealth, so they became a wife of that man. They became, his second or third, fourth wife, because he was able to take care of them and provide for them. We're talking about times when people were hunter gatherers and things like that, and there were kings and queens. But if a king had 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 wives, it was because he was able to provide for them in his under his kingdom, under
But
his rule.
everybody wasn't a king that had a lot of wives, right, George?
But I know there were shepherds and there was
I'm
all
saying
kinds of people
regular men
that had more than one wife.
yeah, I'm saying regular men had more than one wife. It's just they knew how
Yeah.
to
See,
deal
all
with
that,
that
all
part.
that, all of that construct about having one wife and everything and non-poly relationship, that came in the modern era. When we get into like the 16th and 17th century,
Right,
with the
right,
Catholic Church and everything, one man, one wife. But you're
right.
right. Before then, it was more. It was one man, and he might have had 3 or 4 wives, and you still see it practiced somewhere in other countries around the world. Um, those were the dynamics of those relationships back then. But going back to what was it Sheila was saying, yeah, I have seen cases where there's been one woman, 2 men. Now I ain't gonna say that the men are
I
doing
see
each
a
other,
movie
but
like that
I
actually.
don't know how that works.
Yeah, yeah,
But what works for one person in a relationship doesn't necessarily work for somebody else in a relationship.
and you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree with you. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. And
But
she's right. The black man has been beaten mentally. I agree. See,
Yep.
we've been so conditioned, and the black woman has beat up on the black man for so long, and we getting the short end of the stick right now. But we just got to keep on pushing and try to get back to that better dynamics of what we used to be. We got to get back to taking care of home, staying with the woman that you get pregnant, marry them,
And
and
just encouraging,
yeah,
supporting the black men, what I'm saying? I never would say I don't need a man or I don't need, a black man because it's already hard in America just being a black man. So, I try to take that away from my vocabulary and especially beating the mental part of the, abusiveness for the black man, period. So as far as that, I'm gonna have to step off of here, guys.
okay.
It was
Okay. We
definitely nice.
appreciate you, Miss T. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. You gave us a lot of minutes. Thank you. We appreciate
It
you.
was nice talking with you, lifestyle family. Y'all have a good rest of y'all weekend.
you
Like the
too. Enjoy
video.
your weekend.
You did good.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good
Good
night.
night.
All right. Yeah,
All
man.
right. All right.
That was a good convo, man. I appreciate you coming in, G, man.
Yeah.
This
Can you
was
still
good.
hear me?
We had a good little talk tonight.
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. My video froze up on my side, I guess. But
Nah, you good. You good.
oh,
You good.
okay.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Damn. What I did it?
Yeah. I'm still here.
I
Can,
said, I appreciate you coming in, man. We had a good little talk tonight.
yeah.
Uh,
That was a good topic tonight.
Debbie, I appreciate your comments, and you're absolutely right. And those are absolutely some good thoughts. Absolutely.
What Debbie say? I can't see her comments on there.
I want a man that works for me, but never had it. Love cooking on cleaning, having clothes laid out, lotion rub downs.
Now, will he do the same for you? That's what you're looking for. That's what now you want to equal balance.
We just got to start treating each other better, everybody. I mean, the bottom line is we got to start treating each other better, knowing how to treat a woman. Women have to know how to treat their man or whatever it is they have. Know how to treat them better, and we just have to know how to treat each other better and know our places. Remember what our places are, and I think things will work out a lot better. That's just my
And
opinion.
you know what? You know what? One thing I hate to see a lot of people do: quit running back to your friends and asking for advice about your relationship, especially your single friends who doesn't understand how to be in a normal relationship themselves. If you got a friend telling you, oh, you should treat your woman like this, you should treat your man like that, and they're always in and out of relationship, don't take their advice. Learn from your own devices and stuff, and sit down and try to have a conversation with your partner, not your girlfriends at work, not your mama, your cousins, and you know leave the unless it's a very physically abusive relationship or a verbally abusive relationship, work out things as best you can at home. If a man comes home and he working, give him some time to come in and relax and take the stress off from his back, from work. If your woman's working hard all day long, give her some time to come home and unwind and, give her a glass of wine or a glass of Kool-Aid or something like that. And from time to time, cook dinner for her. But don't bring that work stress home with you. You leave that work stress at home at work. That's not something you want to bring into the house. And don't be doing all that Atlanta Housewives drama. That's just bull crap.
All right. All right.
Yeah, love them. And one more thing, ladies and fellas, if you find somebody you really, really like, don't worry about their job status or their economic portfolio. Work with them to build it up. I get tired of hearing people talking about, oh, I'm a doctor, but I met this guy, he was a cook. And then your friends come along and be talking about, girl, why you dating him? He's just a cook. He ain't making that kind of money. Give them the middle finger and be happy with that man that you're with, or vice versa. Dude, if you're a millionaire and you see a young lady you like and y'all in each other, and just hopefully ain't nobody trying to take each other for some money, enjoy that relationship. Quit listening to these people telling you don't be with them because of their economic status or their job status. Be in love with somebody for once. Love them for who they are. Leave the money out of it. And in the end, when you both broke, I've been in relationships where I've been flat broke and had more fun just sitting down talking about something or going for a walk, doing things that are free.
All right. All right. On
That's it,
that
brother.
note, you're right. I agree with you. I'm gonna let you finish it out. So,
It's all
hey,
you. Your house, man.
everybody, make sure you share the video out. Please thumbs up the video. I appreciate all the comments. Make sure you comment, share, share, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell her friend to tell that friend, and then tell another friend, and then tell that friend that tells that friend, and then tells that friend to let you see their phone. Go to YouTube, hit Lifestyle Eric, hit subscribe, hit all your bell for your notifications, and then you're subscribed. You're part of the family. Then you're part of the family. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and we'd appreciate you being a part of the Lifestyles family. We've got the voice, Mr. George, the voice of reasoning,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
definitely
I
appreciate
always
him.
use black hair grease.
Good night, Miss Hope. Good night, Miss Debbie. Good night, Miss Sheila. Good night to everyone who came in the chat tonight. We had a great talk tonight. Happy Friday, late night with Lifestyles. I'm out. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a good weekend, everybody. All right. Bye bye.